Alright gang, welcome back to our one-tile challenge here on Calmlands. It is October and it is heavy hail right now. And so we're dealing with that a little bit, but otherwise everything's all good here. Hopefully everybody's doing well. We are in the process now of plowing up our, well, what was our oat field in the past harvest. And so we're going to go ahead and get this done today. We'll probably also get something in the ground here today as well. We might also either mow that field over there or at least potentially start to mow that field over there today. Also have a pallet of fine salt that we want to sell because the price is now starting to drop. It was best in the last episode. So it is now starting to drop. So we want to go ahead and get as much money as we can out of that right now before the price drops to a point where we're not going to be selling those for a little while. Almost have another pallet of flour salt, probably another episode or two, and we'll have that. We'll have to see what the price looks like for that. You know, that one fluctuates pretty high, or pretty severely, I guess I should say. So we will see. We really want to get a good amount of money out of that, so if it's dropped significantly, we will have to hold on to that for a while. Unless, obviously, we're in dire straits and we have to sell it. Hopefully that isn't the case, because we are getting closer here to the winter months, which means a lot of the crops that we have in the silo, and for that matter, the crop we have in our trailer, can be sold, which will make us a little bit of money. Again, it's not really going to allow us to do a whole lot of extra stuff because it's not a ton of liters of crop, and we're on hard difficulty, so we're not going to make a bunch of money out of it anyway, right? As I've mentioned a number of times, we really need to start working towards saving up and being able to put down some more production so we can take that crop and turn it into something else that will make us more money. That'll generate us more money in the long run. But yeah, things are good, man. Things are really good here. Spinning our wheels a little bit here because of the hail, but we are doing an okay job here. We're getting through it. It's going to take us a little while to get the rest of this done, but now, a couple other things to note that I'd like to do. We've talked about that area over there. I have two things I want to put down in that area. Those things will require us to have some money. We are going to sell that pallet of fine salt today, so we'll get some money. But I still don't think it's going to be enough. I think I mentioned that in the last episode that we'd take a look at it. We never did. The reason why is because we ended up buying that roller, right? The roller was probably the smarter choice, honestly. The productions I want to put down, it's going to take a lot of money for us to get there. The roller is going to, have an immediate impact for us right now, so I think the rolling was a smart choice. Gaining a 2, 3, 4% increase on every field when we roll it, so overall, I think that's a better approach. Just trying to get, the equipment that we absolutely have to have. Now, we do have a ability to spread lime, but the problem is it's not a very big hopper. So, we have to buy lime, a lot of lime, basically. And lime is not super expensive, but it just runs out so quickly. So, in the long run, it ends up becoming very expensive. So, I think with this field, I would like to put lime down on this field so we can continue that progress of getting, better yielding fields. But it's going to mean we need to go up to the shop and purchase a couple of pallets of lime. At least probably 3 or 4, I would think. I'm hoping it's 3, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be more realistically around 4. So we'll be looking to do that today as well, I guess is what I should say. I don't know why those birds are flying in the hail. I feel like they'd be getting pelted in the head right there, but okay, well, we'll gloss over that, I guess. So there's our pallet of salt there. You can see it in the distance. If I maybe zoom in a little bit more, you can see it back there. The eggs are doing good. I haven't looked to see how much wool we have. That's another thing, right? I know a lot of people have been incorporating Grandma's house. I'm not sure I want to do that on this series, and there's a couple of reasons for it. One, I think it's very OP. I think it's a very OP production. And I mentioned I want this series to run for a while because I'm really enjoying it. And I'm trying to stay away, me personally, I'm trying to stay away from things that are absolutely insanely unrealistic when it comes to a production standpoint. Same thing mostly with the silos as well. Equipment, I mean, as long as I'm not going through and doing 12, 15 mile per hour, I'm not that concerned about it. Clearly, the tractor we have right now has 300 horsepower in it, which it would never have 300 horsepower, but... Big, massive grass field, man. It's going to make us a lot of money. Now, another thing of the grass field that we still haven't done, that maybe we should look into, maybe we should do that before the lime, actually. We need a windrower. We need a windrower bad. Now, the pallet of salt we got, I don't think it's actually going to get us to where we need to be. You know, it's going to get us around 2,000... Well, it's going to get us $2,223 exactly right now, right? That's not going to get us there. That's going to put us in the same spot we were in before with the windrower. Really, for the windrower, we need a lot of money. Actually, is there anything out here? That's actually pretty decent, but it doesn't do lime, so that ain't going to work. There's a wrapper, but we don't need that because we've got our pole. We don't need that. We really don't need that either. For the windrower, I mean, we're going to need 19 grand at a minimum. 19 grand. We're nowhere near that. We're not going to get that unless we sell some of the crop today. So, I think that kind of makes our decision a little bit more, right? We're definitely going to probably go for the lime. Does mean when we're doing the mowing, we're going to have to do it the way we've been doing it for a while now. Which is just picking it up off the ground directly as it is versus having a windrower, putting it all in a nice row, and then going at it that approach. So that's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, man. We only have so much money. We can only do so much with what we got. Eggs, let's see. We don't have a full pallet yet of eggs, but they're pretty decent, so we could maybe sell what we have of the eggs. Wool. Let's see, wool. All the way at the bottom. Not good for wool. Okay. So, yeah, we're no matter what we do, we would not be able to get to the $19,000 today. Unless we sold some equipment and sold other things that we have, but not really wanting to do that either. Look at the hail just bouncing off the ground on this field, man. Whew. I absolutely should be having a cab right now. I'd be getting just pelted to death right now while what I'm doing here. Good thing I have the hat on, I guess, but still, I'd still be getting destroyed. My hands would be getting destroyed even though I've got some gloves on. My hands would be getting absolutely destroyed. Now, the field straight ahead, we will need to do a second application of fertilizer on that field as well, and I'm not sure we have enough fertilizer to do it, so we got to buy that too. So you factor in all of those things, I don't think we're going to have enough money to do anything today. Besides, I don't even know if we're going to be able to do the lime. Because that pallet of fertilizer is going to cost almost what we have right now in our bank account, which is not much. Now, I guess by the time you sell the salt and if we sell the eggs, I mean, I guess maybe we'd have enough then, but we'd be cutting it close. So I guess the decision needs to be made. Do I continue with the initial statement that I made in the beginning of this episode of let's just continue to save money and not buy anything else? Or do we continue to try to better what we already have by purchasing the final things we need? Well, I guess the lime is always going to need to be purchased whenever, right? I don't know. The answer to that question, I do not know. Guess we'll figure it out as we move along. All I know is we're going to get the rest of this field done, which is just a small amount left here. And we're going to grab the fertilizer spreader and see if we have any fertilizer still in there or not. Might be some of the drill that we could take out, but either way, we were going to need it for this field, right? Because we said we're going to put something in the ground today. All right, let's turn around here. I haven't done any kind of a track yet up this area. I said we were going to do a track here, and we still are going to do that. I just haven't done it yet. It will happen soon enough, but we're not quite there yet. Also, haven't spent any money on trying to clean this area up and make it look a little bit more like that area over there, just based solely on the fact that we don't have a whole lot of money right now. So I'm going to put this over here. This is like our temporary spot for it. Let's get the fertilizer spreader out. I don't think there's anything left in it. The clouds are out now on the top right-hand corner, so I guess that's good, right? That means there's potential that... this hail should be stopping any minute. At least hopefully by 10 o'clock it'll stop. Alright, there's some fertilizer in here, but again, we're going to need more fertilizer. There's no way around it. So, I'll leave that there for now. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. We're going to grab the forks. We'll head up to the shop. We'll buy a pallet of fertilizer. Head on back here with it. And the pallet, whatever's remaining. Because we're going to need it. We might even need two. Who knows? I also did not top off the water in the sheep or the salt marsh in the last episode, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. They are okay for water for right now. They can hold off for now, but we'll do it before the end of the episode. We also got some more animals. As you can see, the hell's at 98% because we got new animals. We got 10 out of the 29 animals that can be in the pen here, which is awesome. So we're getting a little bit more wool slowly but surely. That sheep is having a blast in the hail for some reason, so is that one. Oh, there's the baby. I just saw the baby. Look, here he is. Look at him. Can't even hardly see him. So anyway, the sheep are going well. That's good. I don't know what's going on with this chicken right here, but that's happening. We almost have a full pallet of wool. That's good. That is really good. Almost one full pallet. I'll head up to the shop, grab that pallet of fertilizer like I mentioned, and I will meet you back here soon. Alright, I'm up here, and I tried something out, and it worked. So the hail is now finally stopping, by the way, which is fantastic. It's a very, very small amount of hail still falling down. If I put the pallet on the front of the tractor here with the forks, it will fill up to the actual hopper in the back. So, as far as the lime goes, that will help us a little bit, right? That means we could literally pick up a pallet of lime and run the entire time with it. That's less trips I have to make back and forth. So that's not bad. We're going to go with that approach, I think, moving forward. So we're down to $1,713 because of buying this pallet. I feel like somebody has done that little trick before in the past. I don't remember who the first person I saw do it. Might have been Crustu. I don't remember, though. It was a long time ago when I saw that trick, and I just always, for whatever reason, don't think about it. And I figured, you know what? Let's give it a shot now and see if it works, and it did. Now, not to make sure I don't forget about it, we do have that straw we can sell in a pinch, right? If we really need it. Okay. And we're underway. Now, I turned the steering assist on because I don't want to waste any fertilizer if at all possible. So let's just let's utilize that. It's hard to see where you've been anyway, so let's utilize that to make sure that we get the most for our money here on the fertilizer. We are going to go a little bit untraditionally, though, like I normally do, and not do a headland pass on this series, just based solely on the fact that, we've got enough room to be able to go, end to end and turn around without having to do a headland. About to be 10 o'clock. Hopefully we gain a tiny bit of money from some of our productions and some of our generators that we've got. When we get down here to the end, I will pull the map up and we'll take a look and make sure we didn't miss anything drastically. If it's a small little tiny sliver, I'm not even going to worry about it. It's not going to make that big of a difference. $1713. Let's see what happens here when 10 o'clock drops. Hopefully we get closer to 2 grand. 1837. So not really, but it's a little bit of extra money. So I guess I shouldn't really complain, right? Okay, so we are good. We are good, good, good. Perfect. All right, so we'll go take this back here and we'll unload the rest of it, so we can fill up the drill and we can start drilling the field that we just plowed. Alright, the field is all drilled. We've got to do a few other things to it. Like I said, we're going to maybe put down some lime to it. We'll take a look as we carry on here. I'm going to just go ahead and start topping off the salt marsh and the animals before I forget about it yet again, as I did in the last episode. So we'll go ahead and accomplish that now. Chickens, they're good. Yeah, sheep, they just need a little bit of water. They don't even need that much. Alright, the sheep are taken care of now as well, so that's good. So we can go ahead and put this water tank back over here in its storage area, I guess. Alright, what we're going to do right now is we're going to sell that pallet of fine salt because the price is dropping, right? So we want to go ahead and get that taken care of, so let's go do that right now. That'll kind of provide us with what kind of money we're dealing with here, which, again, going to be about pretty much where we started at, since we just bought a pallet of fertilizer. We need to roll this field as well, so at a minimum, at a bare minimum, we got to roll that field. Now, we do have a bunch of coarse salt in there, but the coarse salt right now is a really, really bad time to sell it, so we're going to continue to hold on to that. I'll kind of show it to you. If it gives me a minute here, it's going to take me a second to get all the way back up here to the top, but... here we go, coarse salt. It's kind of going up, but it's not great, right? So we really want to sell it for the $500 if we're going to sell it. So we'll wait a couple more months on that one as well. The winter months should be a relatively decent-sized payday for us with all the crops, all the actual liters of harvested crops we have, and some of the salt here, right? All right, good. Up to 4615. So, let's see. If we're going to buy lime, it's $450 a pallet. 2,000 liters. I don't even know how much we're going to need here, gang. Why don't we start with 2 pallets and see how it goes? It's only 900 bucks. Let's start with 200 pallets. Let's start with 2 pallets at 2,000 liters each, so 4,000 liters. Yeah, let's just see how that goes. Now I should hopefully be able to pick up both of those pallets with the sprayer on the back. I guess I shouldn't have put the sprayer away here, but now I do still want to get started on the mowing. I'm not sure we're going to get it all done today or not, given the time period, but that's okay, right? Once we're done with this field over here, we're not really going to have a whole lot to do for a number of episodes, right? We're just going to be sitting here waiting on those fields to be ready to harvest. So we're really going to need the grass field so we actually have something to do and some income to continue to make, right? Now, granted, we could be making, as I've mentioned, a lot more money if we were doing the mowing at the same time we've been working on these crop fields, but that's okay. We're not in a rush. We are not in a rush. I'll go pick up these pallets of lime, and we'll head down here and see how much of that field we can get done with 2 pallets. I suspect we're going to make a couple of trips, though. Yep, we're able to hold both of them, no problem at all. So let's go ahead and get started here, and we'll see how far we can get. Let me go ahead and turn the steering assist on yet again. As I've mentioned before, I don't want to waste, if at all possible, here. Well, we've already ran out of 1 pallet, and we're not even to the end here. Might end up just leaving that tiny little strip down the middle there. I don't even think it's worth spending the money on that. I mean, we would be wasting a lot of lime if we decided to do that little strip. So I think I'm actually going to leave that there. I think for the most part here, I'm not even going to go buy another one. When we're out of this, we're out of this. We're not going to make it to the end. So when we're out, we're out. I think that's good enough, right? That's going to give us at least a good increase on most of that field. I mean, we can look at it here and it'll tell us, right? So right now we got a 72% yield bonus. If we go over here, it's only a 57%, right? So that's a pretty significant increase here. And while I would like to have the rest of this and this little pass here done, I just don't think it's really worth it because we're going to spend a lot of lime trying to spread down that middle. And it's already has lime. Everything, for the most part, already has lime on it, right? So I'm going to say that's good enough for me. So let's put this away. Now we know, well, the 2 bigger fields over here are probably going to take a lot more than that. But at least the other 2 fields, we probably can get away with just buying 2 pallets of it and doing what we just did. The one here on the end, the wheat field here on the end over there, and then the wheat field over there. Probably, for the most part, can get away with just 2 pallets. So I guess that's good to know, right? All right, so let's drop that off here. Let's get the roller out. We'll get the field rolled, and then we will see how much of the grass field we can go ahead and get started on. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be able to get the grass field completely mowed, baled up, all that stuff today. It's a massive field, and we'll probably be saving most of that for the following episode, more than likely. But we can at least try to get some of it mowed up today. I know a lot of you laughed at my last title for the last one tile challenge. I just don't like rolling. I've said that so many times, but some of you are new, I know, but it's my least favorite job in the world. It actually does make it a little bit better. I will say this. It does make it a little bit better having the steering assist. So I'm on console, as I've mentioned many, many times. In FS22 and any of them prior to that, we never had the luxury of what steering assist does. We didn't have course play. We didn't have any kind of any of the extra perks and stuff that a lot of the PC players have. So this does make my rolling life a little bit easier. I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I still don't like it. I still don't like it. A little hard to see where you've been when you have lime down as well. I guess it's not too bad if you look at it from this angle. But it is a little hard to see still, so it's a good thing that we've got the GPS here, the steering assist GPS. Even though this tractor wouldn't technically have GPS, as many of you have mentioned in the comments correctly. Perhaps that's something you can incorporate in the challenge later on, right? If you're utilizing old equipment like this, you can't utilize steering assist or GPS or anything like that. That's an option, right? All right, gang, that's been mowed, at least part of it. We kind of stopped a little bit around halfway, a little bit less, I think, than halfway, but close enough to being halfway. Good news. I decided, why not? Let's just go ahead and look at the prices for some of the stuff we have here. The canola is actually pretty daggone good, and it's dropping. There's no guarantee we're going to get 1,061 next month for it. 1,032 is the farther away selling point, but that's a pretty good price, right? We're only $30 off per 1,000 liters, right? So I'm kind of leaning, well, not even $30, $15 technically from our little market. So I'm kind of leaning towards going ahead and selling it. I think we can fit all of it in one trailer load. Now, the problem here, we have this oat. The oat will not fit into the silo right now. We have to get rid of the oat out of the trailer to be able to go and sell that. If we look at the oat, though, the oat price is pretty good, too. At the grain silos, $8.47. The average best price, $9.39. It might get to that point. But, I mean, we really could use the money. We really need a windrower here at a bare minimum. We've got so much grass that we're going to be mowing now. We really want some kind of a windrower here. Now, the ones I showed you, 19 grand, right? We really can't get there. However, I did go out on Mod Hub, and I did find another windrower. It's not going to be, perfect by any means, but it will work for us. So we've got this one, which is 4.7 meters, right? So it's 9 grand. We also have this one, which is 4 meters. So why would you not take this one for the extra 0.7 meters? But 9 grand could potentially work, right? We'd really want one of these that are, 8.2 meters. But for the time being, 4.7 is pretty good. I think if we sell this oat and the canola, we will absolutely be able to get there. We might even get there without having to sell all of it. But I think in this instance, since we need the money, and that is one piece of equipment that we desperately need, I think we're going to sell this, gang. Grain silos. Where are we going for this? They changed all this stuff around up in here, so I really don't know. Okay, do I drop it? I guess I drop it here, right? I would assume so. Yeah, okay. So let's see what we get out of this oat here. We're not going to sell the wheat and barley and all that other stuff that we have in there. Looks like we're going to be able to get it just out of the oat alone, which is actually, I'm actually pretty happy about that. We needed that, man. That was something we desperately needed. I'm gonna go take the trailer back here. We'll head back up here. We'll go talking to the shop owner and see about purchasing that windrower there for $9 grand. Won't leave us a whole lot of money, but we're gonna make that money back with the silage here that we're gonna utilize the windrower for. Easy, school bus. All right, we are back here. Let's go ahead and unfold this thing. It's pretty impressive. I really like this. Now, this is not a mod. This is a vanilla out-the-box windrower. Yeah, this is going to work well. Now, what we can do with this thing is once we're done going around the edge here, we can come back the other way and try to make a really, really big, tall swath of it, which would be better off for making the bales and everything, right? Left us with basically no money at all. It did hit over to 1,400, so you can actually see that we did gain a little bit of money from some of our generating productions. But not much. We were at like 900 and some change, and now we're at 1,000 and barely a little bit of change. But this is going to work well. This is going to work really well for us. I like this a lot. Now, what we're going to probably end up doing here, gang, is get this whole thing windrowed, and then we'll bale it more than likely in the next episode, and we're also going to probably, mow the rest of that field over there. Now, the reason why I decided not to mow the entire field in one sitting is because right now we're utilizing smaller equipment, clearly, right? So, excuse me, gang. So for all intended purposes, we really don't want to have it all mowed at the same time. We want to have it in different stages for a little while, at least, until we're able to, get some bigger equipment. So that way we don't have such a massive task here to mow the entire thing in one episode, windrow it all up in one episode and bale it all up in one episode. I just think overall from a perspective of that, it is smarter for us to kind of split this up in two settings. What's going on all of a sudden? Like, my sinuses are going crazy. I really wasn't doing anything. So the time of this recording, I'm actually recording this on Memorial Day. So if you did happen to serve for the country, thank you so much for your service. I appreciate that. But I was outside for a little while today, obviously with family and friends, just celebrating that and cookout and all that stuff, right? So I was outside in some grass and obviously pollen and stuff, but I would not have thought my nose would have got this this stuffy, I guess? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. I'm doing this episode in different parts, right? I started working on this in the morning, and then now I'm doing this early evening, I guess. Now, it was not the best mowing job I've ever done. It was not that straight. And honestly, I was having a hard time, and I'm sure you noticed it in the time lapse, but I was having a hard time keeping the tractor under control. It was the brakes were not very good after I got going there for a while. It was hard to stop. Now, I was planning on selling the canola today, because we just talked about it, right? Because I thought I might need to sell some of that canola, but since we didn't need to, I guess I'll hold on to the canola and hope and pray that it goes up a little bit. Canola is going to be the one that makes us the most money out of everything that we're harvesting anyway right now, and everything that we can harvest right now. Takes the longest to grow, and will produce the most money for you. But, yeah, I mean, I don't really know for sure if we're going to go up any higher than it is now, since, you know, other ones are going down. I'm a little skeptical, but, you know, I guess we'll figure it out, right? I like this thing. I like this thing a lot. What I would like to do, and I don't know if it actually has that option. I don't think it does. I don't think it does. I'd like to connect another one to it. Like, put them in tandem a little bit. I know, I'm not sure if that drill can do it or not, but I do know the ones I've talked about before that were utilizing an FS22, they were some of the older drills. It was a John Deere and a case, basically. They're basically the same thing. It was like $9 grand for the drill. A lot of people utilize that. We all pretty much utilize that at some point, especially for some of the series that are a little bit more difficult to get started with, like this one. We would probably be utilizing it in that sense. But that's not out yet, right? So I'm not positive if that Vulture or Massey Ferguson drill that we currently have has that same ability or not. It probably does, but I'm not positive on that statement. Because technically you could do that, and that would be a way that you could save a little bit of money instead of buying a big massive. Actually, I think I should go the other way here. A big massive drill, right? It would save you a little bit of money if you just kind of connected them together in tandem, if you will, and went that approach with it. So I did go around the headland down here because I thought I'd be okay with it, but I think it's going to be smarter for me to do so. So I'm going to make a quick headland pass here as well. Try to pull some of the grass that's a little bit further away back into play where we can actually pick it up, right? Okay, good. All right, so let's start another row here. This is good, man. So the nice thing about having the windrower now, though, is it's making these nice swaths, right? So in the next episode, when the grass is already going to be starting to grow again, it'll be much easier for us to be able to find our pathing here, right? It won't be that big of a deal as some of the grass might be hidden as it would be normally, or how we were doing it before, I guess I should say. Normally is probably not the right word to use there, but... So yeah, gang, we're going to continue on here. I'll get this all done. There's only a few more passes left here, and we're going to leave the episode at this point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate it if you smash the like button for me. That helps me out more than you could possibly imagine. Thanks so much for watching. Check the Discord and the link down below if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next episode.